Good morning. This is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, September 22nd, 2023. The fire potential impacts for the next couple of days are shown here. We're still expecting to see some showers and thunderstorms and high elevation snow as that low continues to move through the Great Basin today. And we also should see some dry gusty winds in place over southern and southeast Utah ahead of that cold front. Tomorrow, the thunderstorms and showers will be limited to far southern Utah with the drying in place elsewhere. And by Sunday, we have no significant impacts. Here we're looking at the precip and lightning for the past 24 hours. We saw that band of showers move through eastern Idaho, northern Utah, and eastern Nevada yesterday associated with that low pressure and that cold front, with some lightning activity along that front as well. Great Basin fire activity from yesterday shows just one fire for 1/10 of an acre. And precip for the past 14 days is shown here. We do have some dry spots out there. Western Idaho and western Nevada really didn't see much in the way of precip from this low that's moved through. So still maybe some lingering potential there as we head into the fall. Overall fire danger has been decreasing with that low moving through, with all of our sites coming in at below the 50th percentile. This morning's satellite imagery shows that low pressure in place over the Great Basin that will continue to move eastward through the Great Basin today. Some drier air in place across the south with the higher relative humidities and cooler temperatures further north. So again, this afternoon, that low will continue to move eastward through Idaho and northern Utah, bringing the concentration of showers along that in that area, with some drier air moving into Idaho and remaining across the southern Utah. So closer look at that precipitation here. The best chances for precip today are going to be along the Snake River Plain, really, in eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and then northern Utah. Gusty winds are expected also in those same areas in Idaho anyway. Those shouldn't be a concern with the high relative humidities and precip there. But winds over eastern Utah today, those will be associated with some of those lower relative humidities. So the fire potential is still a little bit higher there, especially given the fact that they've had some lightning there in the past couple of days. On Saturday, that low quickly moves off to the east, and we see just some remnant moisture across southern Utah for some isolated showers down there, but drier air in place across the rest of the basin. A closer look at the precip here, really just very light chances for any showers and thunderstorms along the southern Utah border and the Arizona Strip. Minimum relative humidities are quickly decreasing across Nevada. They'll still stay a little bit elevated over eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, and northern Utah, but in the teens elsewhere. On Sunday, we still expect to see generally dry conditions across the south and eastern portions of the Great Basin. There is a low off the Pacific coast here that's going to be bringing some pretty good precipitation to the Pacific Northwest, but most of that moisture will remain there. It doesn't look at this time like the low is going to really move into the Great Basin, but we might see some showers right along the northwest border here in Idaho early next week. Temperatures on Sunday will be increasing from the cool temperatures today, so highs will be back up near around 80 degrees for most of our valley locations, and of course cooler in the mountains. Winds, however, will pick up over western Nevada and up into portions of western and central Idaho ahead of that low that's off the Pacific coast. The 3-day precip totals are shown here. Really, this is just the precip that we're expecting to see today with that low over eastern Idaho and a little bit into northern Utah and then western Wyoming as well. On Monday, generally dry southwest flow remains across the Great Basin. We see this low over off the coast of the Pacific Northwest continuing to bring some precipitation there. On Tuesday, it moves a little bit further inland, but we still stay generally under that dry southwest flow. Maybe some precipitation will occur right along our northern boundary there in western Idaho. And then on Wednesday, the low moves inland here. Still dry, generally dry southwest flow in place. We may see some winds pick up as that low moves inland. And then on Thursday, it looks like that low lifts off to the north and east, and we could see a dry cold front move through the Great Basin, dropping temperatures a little bit. But really no precipitation is expected with that low. 7-day precip totals here mainly showing that precip we're expecting today in southeast Idaho and western Wyoming, and then a little bit of precip to our far northern boundary there with that as that low moves into the Pacific Northwest. The extended forecast for September 29th through October 5th is calling for below normal temperatures across the entire western U.S. and above normal chances for precipitation as well. This concludes our fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.